Bikram Yoga is an enjoyable and challenging style of yoga. However, if you are trying it for the first time, there are a number of things you can do to enhance your experience. This video will focus on this area and list 10 Bikram Yoga tips for beginners. Tip 1. Drink lots of water. With the high levels of heat and humidity, staying hydrated is extremely important when practicing Bikram Yoga. Failing to take on adequate fluids before, after, and during the class can lead to dehydration, hypothermia, which is overheating of the body, and various other complications. To avoid these complications, follow the suggestions below. Before the class. On the day of your class, make sure you drink lots of water throughout the day, and then stop drinking a couple of hours before the class begins. By doing this, you'll have plenty of fluid in your body, but also ensure that you won't need to use the bathroom during the class. During the class, drink plenty of water, but don't gulp down large amounts. Instead, take small sips at regular intervals. After the class, drink something that contains electrolytes, such as coconut water, fruit juice, a smoothie, or a sports drink, immediately after the class, and then follow this up with regular glasses of water for the remainder of the day. Tip 2. Arrive early. If you've never tried Bikram Yoga or other types of hot yoga before, the heat will be a shock to your system. By arriving 10 to 15 minutes early, you can acclimatize to the heat without any distractions and allow your body to adapt before the main Bikram Yoga class begins. Tip 3. Eat a light meal 2 hours before the class starts. Bikram Yoga is physically demanding, and if you haven't eaten enough before the class begins, you may find that you quickly run out of energy. On the flip side, if you eat too much before the class starts, you may feel sluggish and lethargic as you exercise. To strike the right balance, eat a light meal a couple of hours before your Bikram Yoga class is due to start. A healthy salad, a whole grain sandwich, a smoothie, or a portion of yogurt and nuts are all great pre-class meal options. Tip 4. Don't leave the room. As mentioned above, the heat and humidity of a Bikram Yoga class can feel overwhelming. When this happens, many beginners are tempted to leave the room to escape the heat and let their bodies cool down. However, leaving the room is not helpful and actually increases your chances of passing out. So, even if you have to sit or lie down on your mat, stay in the room and focus. By doing this, you'll allow your body to get used to spending a full 90 minutes in the hot environment of a Bikram Yoga class. After a few sessions, you'll fully adjust to the heat and get used to performing the various poses in this environment. Tip 5. Focus on your breathing. Proper breathing is one of the most important aspects of Bikram Yoga and something that is emphasized throughout the 26 poses. However, when we start to struggle, we often forget about the importance of controlled breathing. To remedy this, actively focus on your breathing above anything else for the first few classes. Once you've done this a few times, it will become second nature, and you'll be able to consistently control your breaths without even thinking. Tip 6. Let the instructor know you are a beginner. Many beginners don't feel the need to let the instructor know that it's their first time practicing Bikram Yoga. But this is a big mistake. By telling the instructor you're a beginner, they'll be able to give you extra attention, help you with any poses that you aren't familiar with, and most importantly, keep an eye out in case the heat gets too much for you. Tip 7. Rest if you need to. If you're new to Bikram Yoga, there's no shame in taking plenty of breaks. Taking it easy and slowly adjusting to the heat is much better for your body and your progression than doing too much and passing out. So, pay close attention to how your body feels throughout the class, and if you need a rest, simply sit or lie down. Tip 8. Shower before the class. Lotions, oils, makeup, and perfumes can make your skin more slippery when you start to sweat, and also diffuse into the air. Not only can this make it more difficult for you to hold poses during the class, but it can also be distracting for other students. To avoid these potential problems, have a shower before the class begins, and wash away any lotion, oils, makeup, or perfume that you may be wearing. Tip 9. Wear the right clothing. For the best experience during a Bikram Yoga class, you should wear as little clothing as possible. If you're female, tiny shorts and a tank top, or even a bikini are ideal. If you're male, go for small shorts or swimming trunks. Tip 10. Cool down slowly after class. After 90 minutes in the heat, it can be very tempting to leave the room quickly and jump in the cold shower. However, cooling down too quickly is not good for your body. So take your time, leaving the hot room, and once you've left, sit in the locker room for a few minutes and relax before you hit the shower. Summary. By following these 10 tips, you can ensure that your very first Bikram Yoga class goes smoothly. Now all that is left to do is give it a try. So, get signed up for a class and put these beginner Bikram Yoga tips into action.